Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we're gonna talk about something I discovered thanks to you guys, which is the Black Phillip Show with Patrice O'Neal. And I would have to start this one out by thanking you with a giant thank you. Thank you. Because I haven't laughed this hard, I think, the past 10 years of my life. At the end of the first episode, I had been laughing so hard, there was tears dripping down my face. And at the end of the third episode, I had to acknowledge a fact to myself. That Patrice O'Neal, with no doubt, is my favorite comedian of all time. And guys, before you get mad, I know that some of you have different favorites, that some of you prefer George Carlin or someone else above everyone else, but this is my choice. This is what I like. And yeah, the jokes and the laughs Patrice delivers are always top notch. But there is so much more to him. I had begun to understand that he got some life philosophies and that he thinks differently. I had started to understand that from his stand-ups, but you get a much clearer picture of his life philosophies, of his mentality, the way he thinks, when you listen to him talk unprepared, unwritten, uncensored, just talking shit, just Patrice being Patrice. I'm so glad, no, not glad, I'm so happy to have found this show, because there is so much to learn, there is so much to reflect about, so much that makes you think. So this is what I want to do, guys. I want to start taking small bits from the Black Phillip Show, the things I think are worth a discussion, the topics I think are worth talking about. So this is not going to be about the laughs. I'm not going to be stealing his whole work. Maybe there are people, his loved ones, benefiting from them today. So with this reaction channel thing, it's like a thin line. When are you stealing work? When are you not stealing work? So, and Patrice, I love him too much to steal anything from him. So I only want to take these small bits and start a discussion on them. If you want good laugh and if you want to have fun, I think you should go and listen to the whole thing, really. Let's start this one out with a bit from the first episode. It's a discussion or a conversation between Patrice O'Neal and a caller. Let's watch this one together and we will come back and talk about it after. Okay? Let's go. Let's go. Da, 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 da.
Before we're gonna go to Dino and no, not Dino. Sorry, Dino. We're going to number 5. We're going to Ryan in Nevada.
Oh.
Ryan.
Hello.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, sweetie.
How we doing, Patrice?
I don't know how you doing. I'm doing fine.
Hell, man. I guess I'm alright, man. You's a funny fucking comic, man. You and Jimmy Norton.
Well, that's argumentative.
Why do you
What's
have
up,
to
man?
hurt
What's
me?
going on? I'm only fucking around. I could have been
Hey,
me.
man.
All right, go ahead, man.
I've been fucking with my chick for about a year, and fucking, shit just fucking picked up a new job driving truck and shit.
Right.
And fucking, my chick just fucking tripped out on me. I mean, she just fucking totally fucking backing out, dude.
On what level?
I don't know what the fuck to do.
She's tripping out on what level is she tripping out?
she's fucking going into all this shit about marriage and fucking all that shit. And, I mean, I'm just fucking chilling where I'm at, but...
So basically what you're saying, let's try to figure this out. You're saying that this is classic, is you're happy in this situation that you're in with this girl. You're happy at the level it's moving. She's kind of your girlfriend. You consider your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's like, you've given that girlfriend title. You've probably been with her long enough for her to feel comfortable enough to put pressure on you to get married. But you got to understand, this is not her fault. See, there's a lot of things you have to understand, fellas out there, is that what women do when they do these things, when they pressure you to marry them and they pressure you to do what they do, it's not their fault. That's what the fuck they do. So you have to dismiss what she wants. Dismiss that whole thing. She wants to get married because that's what she wants to do anyway. But that's like them wanting to get married is like saying I want to eat or I want to fucking wake up and look at something. That's what that marriage thing is to them. What you have to do is reestablish your shit. Now, one thing you have to do is you have to be able to take a L. And a L in the hood means you have to be not afraid to take a loss to get your point across. So when she says and gives you that ultimatum, if you look like you're sweating and you're blinking and you're nervous about her leaving, she will take advantage of that. You understand? So when she says, we're going to get married, and you have to go, you know what, sweetie, and you don't get mad. See, that's what we have over women, is that we are not as emotional as them. We rationalize much more than they do. So if she's going, I want to get married, here's what you do. Ask her why. You understand what I'm saying? And she'll go just like this. Because she never had to think of the second option. That's your job, is to give them a second option to think. Well, I want to get married. Why? Because, why does she say she wants to get married?
It's just, I mean, she's a Mormon girl. I mean, I was raised that shit growing up, but, I mean, fuck, that ain't my thing. I'm just a fucking redneck, beer-drinking, goofy son of a bitch.
Right, who has she was down for that, like, how long ago when you first met? She's like, I'm a redneck and down for drinking, too. Fucking, Ryan, I love you, and I'll do anything you do, right? And now she's switching up a little bit, right?
No, man. She was brought up that fucking drinking was bad and all that shit. And I mean, I was brought up that way, but I mean, I came to the fucking point that, you know what? If I want to go have a fucking beer with my bros, I'm gonna have a fucking beer. Yeah. I mean, she don't want to do nothing that. I mean, I fucking gave ample shit, took her to concerts that she wanted to see, went places. But the minute I fucking started talking about, going out hunting or fucking camping, fishing,
right?
She just kind of got this fucking pissed off look like, well, what the fuck do you want me to do? Go with you?
Well, why do you think she wants to marry you, besides the fact that you're obviously very well spoken?
Oh, yeah.
That's just the religion, man. She's freaking 19. I mean, the Mormon religion, dude, they want to be
She's
married
19.
By fucking 20 and popping kids.
Hold on. Ryan, how old are you?
I'm 25.
She's a 19-year-old and she wants to get
Don't
married.
get married till you're at least 35.
I'm gonna tell you what's going on there. I didn't even realize her age. She's living by the ABCs of life right now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you've moved on. You might have thought something when you was 18, but you've moved on in your mind to 25. You understand? She's still she's still thinking that she needs to get married. You gotta understand, fuck talking about her, Ryan. You have to change how you approach her, not how she approaches you. She's right on schedule. She's a goofy fucking right out of high school, or I don't know. She's right out of 8th grade. Whatever. But you gotta understand,
man, I'm not young, bro.
she's
doing what she's supposed to do.
What she's supposed to do. You have to not get emotional with her. It has to not be stop having negotiations with her. Stop trying to give her things to make her happy so that she lets you go out to fucking hunt and lets you go out to drink. You have to say, look, sweetie, this is how it is. And you have to be ready for her to walk out of your life, Ryan. That is, you ever see that movie Heat? Don't get involved with something you can't walk out in less than 30 seconds. Make her, pressure her to make a decision. Because one thing women need from you that if you don't give them, they fucking flap around like a fish out of water, is emotions. If she goes, I gotta get married, and I don't want you to go hunting, and you go, oh, sweetie, we're not gonna get married for a while, and I don't know when, and I'm going hunting right now. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
You don't have to be here if you don't want. Kiss on the cheek and be really cold, because now her emotions have to eat on themselves. You understand what I'm saying? So let her emotion eat her own soul up and have you just, then she'll think of another option, because basically she's not walking out your life unless you're crushed. Women don't leave unless you're fucking completely
unless they
fucking...
They have to matter.
Exactly.
They never walk out if you're indifferent on the couch.
Never. If you go, goodbye, nice talking to you, I love you, but you have to live your life, that bitch will not, she won't take a step.
And she's
Trust
19.
Me. Trust me.
She don't even have the tools.
Yeah, but she's Mormon about it.
Thanks, Ryan, man. Just try that. Just make sure that you put the pressure on her to make her own decisions. Don't let her make you be an asshole so that she can be comfortable enough to hate you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't let her force you to hit her or something, and now she can hate you and tell all her friends you're a wife beater and a this, that, and the other, and then she can feed off her own hatred towards you and exist. But if you're a nice guy about it and you tell her to get the fuck out your face, but you say it in an indifferent way, she has nothing to eat. So she has to come for you for some nourishment, emotional nourishment. All right, Ryan? All right, see you later.
Hey, thanks, man.
All right, we're going to go to...
As soon as I heard this, I understood something I have been doing wrong in the past. And no, I am not comparing myself to the girlfriend of the guy that Patrice was talking with. No, I'm talking about the concept of taking an L in general. You know how people say, you can't do this, you can't do that. Like, you can't hold up a door for a woman because she's gonna start screaming that she can do it for herself. You can't say no, a woman can't say no to the boss that is making unwelcome approaches because she's gonna lose the job. But the thing is, you can. To say that you can't is the wrong choice of words. In those cases, you should say you choose not to, not that you can't. Can't means can't. You can, but you have to be ready to take the L, right? This is the very reason I have had such a hard time dealing with losses in my life, because it has been very important to me to stand by my point, to get my statement across. And the cost of that have been that I lost my job, I lost friends, I lost relationships, I lost potential relationships. And sometimes I took those hits pretty hard. The only reason for that is because I wasn't ready. I took the risk even though I was not ready for the consequences. And of course I deal with it, and at the end I always stand by with the choice I've made, and I don't show my regret to those that it concerns. I can tell it to you, this is a secret between you and I. But let's use a real example from my life. Years ago, at one of the many jobs I have had in my life, I was a bit unhappy. A lot of us were. We had tried different ways to bring on some change at the workplace, and it didn't work. It didn't work at all. So I went to my boss's office and started to make some demands. I said, if this and this doesn't happen, if this and this doesn't change, I'm quitting. And the thing is, when I went in to make these demands, this job was very important for me at that point. At least so I thought. And I was not at all ready to take an L. I was not at all ready to lose that job. I just thought that it wouldn't come to it. But the things didn't get better. In fact, they got much worse. And I had to quit because I said I would. I can't just back down from that. I quit, but I was not ready to. It made me depressed for like 6 months. I took it pretty hard, much harder than I should have. I thought that I had lost something very special, that I had lost this fantastic team who never called me, who never ever even contacted me after that. And looking back, it's not the quitting I regret. It's not the ultimatum I regret, because I know that that place was not where I was meant to be. I had to move on. I had to do the next thing. In retrospect, I know that that happened for a reason. But what I regret is the fact that I wasn't ready for those consequences before I went in to my boss and talked about it. Because if I had been ready walking in there and had been counting on actually quitting, I think the whole thing would have had a different outcome. I think he would have acted differently because he wouldn't have heard the fear in my voice. And even if I did still quit, it wouldn't have hurt so much, and I wouldn't have spent 6 months of my life caring about that. And looking back now, it feels so unnecessary and so stupid to have wasted all that time thinking about them, thinking about that place, thinking about what could have been, what should have been. But it is what it is. This can even be applied to a simple thing as telling a secret to a friend. Because when you're telling a secret to a friend, you should be ready for the possibility that this might come out, no matter how good friends you are. Because, things change and everyone is full of flaws. Maybe they get drunk. Maybe they tell someone they trust, just like you trusted them. Sometimes we do need to get some things off our chest. And in those cases, I try to see the pros and cons. I try to imagine if this came out, could I handle it? If I couldn't, I keep that shit to myself. I'm gonna try to apply this concept to more aspects of my life. I think it's useful. It's very sober thinking, Was that understandable? I want to know your stories, guys. Do you have a story where you were or were not ready to take an L? Or do you think generally in life you avoid a lot of things because you're not ready to take an L? And do you think we often exaggerate the meaning of the loss that could come from a certain action or words, Give me your thoughts. And by the way, what do you think about my new lighting situation? This is getting serious. We are investing in development. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Feels like I've talked forever. You take care now, and I see you soon.